morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Quant Network in this one, okay, you guys? We're just diving into just a few things that Quant has done. We're diving into a few of the articles that's on Quant Network's website so y'all can truly see what they're doing. They truly are the connector of connectors. They truly are the thing that sits in between every network, whether that network is a distributed ledger technology, whether that network is Visa's network, whether that network is MasterCard network, whether that network is Bank of America's network, whether that network is JP Morgan's network, whether that network is Ripple or Hedera or Stellar or, you know, DX, DX, sorry, I can't, some of these acronyms, y'all, it'd be so much, I just be coming off the top of my head, you guys, but I think it's DXC, but I can't think of the acronym right now. But anyway, from these networks, like understand, Constellation DAG, like understand, truly understand, you guys, that what Quant Network is facilitating, connecting public and private ledgers, and they're connecting them to the actual factual internet and business lines that the Web 2 space thrives in, that literally trillions of dollars a day flow through and quadrillions of dollars a year flow through. And know that that is now all being moved onto DLT. And you have a player like Quant Network that have been working for almost a decade on a standard to standardize those processes, okay? Follow me on this. When world leaders speak, listen. Here we go. We got some things coming from our boy NCASH Official. Bro, you rock. You truly, truly do. He's diving into several articles on the Quant Network's website. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to the things that they connect. Listen to the things that they not trying to do that have already successfully been done. And now we're at the point of implementation. Okay, please follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere. Here we go. That first video come from my boy NCASH. Bro, you rock. I'll be right back.
On May 5th, the ECB, the European Central Bank, announced that Quant was selected to work on the ECB's Digital Euro project as a pioneer partner. Now, when we think about this and we go over here to the official announcements, number one, we scroll down and we know that over the last 5 years, they have built a strong portfolio of deep industry expertise in secure payments infrastructure, orchestration, and interoperability of DLT and non-DLT payment rails, settlement of all forms of money, including tokenized money, commercial bank deposits, and settlement systems in distributed, centralized, and unified ledger models. That unified ledger models is definitely a focus because of the unified ledger that the BIS has been pushing for a little bit of time now. But we also look at Project Rosalind because that's one of the most important ones to look at because of what they solved, which, again, we'll talk about here in a second. But I want to actually address Overledger. So this kind of pertains back to the whole Project Rosalind thing because this was the main platform that was utilized. Overledger, build, deploy, and manage multi-chain applications with ease. And this is the focus because we know the future is not just about XRP moving every single dollar in the world. No, it's multi-chain. So cross-border payments it will not just be moving over the XRP ledger. Cross-border payments will be probably split between 2, 3, 4, 5 different networks. That's why this multi-chain future is so crucial to focus on. And this is also why Quant is a big enabler of this because we've been hearing from players like the BIS or the IMF or other, big players as well that have been telling us it's a multi-chain future. We're ushering into a multi-chain future. Now, on this Overledger page, we also have for seamless orchestration between multiple blockchains. And there you have it, right? Multiple blockchains, which means any big enterprise or institutional player can now tap into Hedera for, we'll say, tokenization services. And then they could tap into XRP Ledger for payment use cases. They have the power to do that now because of this multi-chain push. Overledger is a universal API connector that ensures secure interoperability between traditional financial systems and blockchain networks. It connects digital money assets, existing payment rails, banking infrastructures, financial applications, and the blockchain ecosystem, Our developer-friendly APIs allow you to efficiently integrate blockchain capabilities into your applications with these key benefits: multi-chain interoperability, cross-chain transactions, multi-chain smart contract execution, scalability and performance, and then security and compliance. All of this makes Overledger so crucial to focus on because of that multi-chain push behind this. The fact that any blockchain, private, public, or both, right, could easily tap in to Overledger and be plug and played, and also now become interoperable with any other network. We're not just talking about crypto networks, we're talking also about public networks. But on top of that, we go over here to Project Rosalind's core API layer. This is identical to what the original Overledger diagram looked like. We have on the left side the smart contracts, the central bank ledger layer. On the bottom, we have the Quant Overledger and then the CBDC API as well, followed by the service provider layer. But this is exactly what Quant wants to do, where you could have specific DLT APIs and use cases around DLT also tapped in. And this is pretty much enabling that multi-chain future around specific API use cases or specific services that they, any big bank or enterprise, whatever the case may be, wants.
Now, y'all just saw my boy NCASH, but more importantly, y'all just heard what was on the Quant Network site, things that they're not trying to do, things that have already been done, things that have been submitted, relationships, partnerships, things that they can boast about doing because they now have years of evidence that their technology works. It's not a hype, it's not speculation, it's not a hope, it's not a dream, it's not a project. It is a truly operable company that is facilitating literally services on global scales. Okay? Follow me on this. But we diving even deeper in this next video into more of Overledger, Quant Networks software as a service. Follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere. I'm going to show you what the Bank of, I've shown you this before, but I'm going to show you again. UK, not the Bank of England, I'm sorry, because we know Project Rising with the Bank of England. But UK.gov or gov.uk, however it is on that particular screen that we're getting ready to watch. What does it say about Overledger? What does it say about Quant Networks software as a service? Truly understand when world leaders, when governments speak, listen. It's the world's first truly interoperable blockchain platform for enterprise. Follow me. Follow me. Their software as a service. Here we go. I'm going to show you that little clip real fast from my boy Maximus Crypto, and I'll be right back.
.uk, digital marketplace. Think about how that's worded. Digital marketplace. What does it say? Well, if you go on to search, for example, digital marketplace, lot 2, cloud software, right? And you type in the Overledger, for example, it talks about only one result found containing Overledger. Just one in lot 2 of cloud software. 101, Overledger. SAAS, software as a service, the world's first DLT API gateway for enterprise, dang it. Quant Network, world's first true universal DLT, interoperability platform oriented for enterprise, designed to seamlessly interconnect private and public systems, networks, and DLTs. Overledger's APIs are easy to implement and eliminate the complexity of multi-DLT challenges at enterprise level.
Now you just saw that. You just saw directly what UK.gov had to say about Overledger. Understand what this truly means for when you hold pieces of these networks. You're holding the QNT and you're holding the XRP and you're holding the XLM and the XDC, the one that I couldn't get earlier. Bam, it always comes to you. Just give me a second. I'm only human. But yes, you guys, follow me on this because I'm always going somewhere. But in this last video, it's just my boy NCASH Official yet again diving into a little bit deeper into different processes that Quant Network has going on with Overledger. Just follow me on this, okay, you guys? Because, man, the future is so bright if you position yourself accordingly. Not financial advice. This is just me talking into a mirror and just giving my inner thoughts out into the webinars and universes, okay? I appreciate y'all. Here we go. That next video, and I'll be right back.
Overledger, this is Overledger platform. Now, the platform itself was really this was aimed at enterprises. This was aimed at institutional and central bank customers to date, but also accessible to large enterprises, SMEs, and developers for the first time. And this is all tied back to Project Rosalind. This was based on Overledger platform. Everything that they did with the BIS and the Bank of England in that CBDC project was based on Overledger platform. And we have Overledger platform as a game changer for anyone that wants to build a business in the blockchain economy, because this allows for every single DLT blockchain to immediately be interoperable, not just between each other, but between each other and the traditional system. Our platform solves this problem by allowing any business to access blockchain and unlock its benefits. As we continue to work on projects with financial institutions worldwide, our platform is updated regularly, ensuring that all Overledger customers, big or small, benefit from the new innovations as they are developed. We also have down here that from central banks to their commercial counterparts, from issuers to asset managers, the financial world is now wise to the transformational value of blockchain, already used in some of the most demanding use cases in finance. Overledger is the grown-up approach to implementing this technology, one that any developer or business can now use to expand their offering, getting to market at speed and with ease. We think this is a game changer for anyone that wants to build a business in the blockchain economy. And then we also have at the bottom, until now, businesses have struggled to capitalize on the benefits provided by blockchain because it's a complex technology requiring specialist skills. Overledger platform changes all of that. It's simple to use, continually update it, and integrate seamlessly with your existing systems. That's how it unlocks the power of blockchain for everyone. That it's a low-cost SaaS, so software as a service, that allows customers to issue digital money and interoperable assets with just a few clicks. Move them from one blockchain network to another, write new apps that will run on any network, create secure smart contracts that will execute on any blockchain, and use simple APIs to integrate with their existing systems. Any of them. We also have making money work. This is Quant Flow. If we look at this, this is introducing Quant Flow. It's the money engine. It's the evolution in programmable money, driving an era of scalability, automation, and acceleration. Unlock new revenue and redefine how money works for you. Money is now fit for our digital age. Again, the same exact thing that we go over with Overledger is the same here. This means that any blockchain can be tapped in around this. We have the breakdown of corporates, banks, even capital markets, Finternet, the financial system for the future, which the BIS did outline back in April of 2024. And this is what they envisioned, right? They envisioned the Finternet as a vision for the future financial system. Multiple financial ecosystems interconnected with each other, much like the internet. How are they going to do this? How are they going to interconnect all of it? How are they going to have all of this stuff bridged? Well, we think about the interoperability, players. We think about unified ledgers and how they're going to be unified, how they're going to be connected. Probability of DLT and non-DLT payment rail settlement of all forms of money, including tokenized money, commercial bank deposits, and settlement systems, and distributed, centralized, and even unified ledger models. This is where we solve for interoperability. This is where we solve for that interconnectedness. Quant is so much bigger than what anyone thinks. This is why I stay focused on what QNT is building and what they're becoming.
Overledger platform from Quant establishes a new benchmark for blockchain interoperability and ease of use. As a low-code enterprise-grade platform, Overledger empowers you to deploy, connect, and develop on any blockchain quickly and simply. With Overledger, you can generate an interoperable digital asset with just a few clicks, create secure smart contracts that can execute on any blockchain without having to hire a team of experts. And you can use its advanced APIs to integrate with your systems and manage your assets on multiple chains. We believe that the blockchain economy should be simple, trusted, and future-proof. These are our principles and the genesis of Overledger platform, the enterprise standard for building on blockchain.
Now you just saw You saw directly from their site. You even saw a little piece of their commercial that I threw in there as well. You saw, you guys. This is something that they're not trying to do. This is something that's already done. And these partnerships that's been announced today and a few months ago and so forth and so on, we're going to start seeing the reap of that harvest, because these announcements are going to leave these regulatory sandboxes, and they're getting ready to start flowing on these real, true networks, showing the world that it can be done. Things like what the DTCC just did with their 24-hour trial, showing the world that we can move our processes on distributed ledger technologies without a hiccup, without a oh no or a oops moment, and we move 10 to 11 trillion dollars a day. Truly understand what is truly being laid out right in front of our faces, you guys. This is truly, the opportunity that I said before that I wish my grandparents would have had, or I wish that my mother would have known about, to be able to, do certain moves in so that our lives could have been different. So then my nieces and nephews' lives could be different. Understand? You understand what I mean? So truly, this is a once in a generation, generational wealth building opportunity, because it's only so often that actual infrastructure is laid within a country's jurisdiction. And it's even a longer period of time for actual infrastructure to be being laid globally, harmoniously, simultaneously at the same time. Follow me on this. And you have players that are coupled themselves with all of these processes, becoming roots to a tree that is getting ready to grow so tall and bear so much fruit that none of us will be able to even comprehend. I promise you. But until all that happens, I thank y'all for tuning in, and I thank y'all for tapping in with your boy. And if you made it all the way through this entire video, type in the word root, because Quant Network is the roots to every single distributed ledger technology tree that is getting ready to grow globally. Y'all truly understand what this means. Because think about every tree that sits on the planet right now, and think about the dirt that those trees sit in, and understand that Quant Network is embedded into all of the dirt. The immense amount of value that's going to come through being attached to standards and internet protocols that now you have multinational corporations and central banks publicly coupling themselves with. It's only from here. Here we go. Till next time, y'all already know. And like I said before, type in the word root. And that way I know you made it all the way through. I appreciate y'all. Peace out.